Stay up on the latest this hurricane season. Please subscribe for future updates. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Weather Nerds YouTube channel here on your Thursday, August the 15th, with an update here on Hurricane Ernesto. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider it. Just hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you learn on future content. And hey, tell me what you think. I'll give you a thumbs up if you appreciate this report. All right, we're taking a look at our infrared imagery here on Ernesto. Looks like a pretty healthy system here. One thing I have noticed here in the last few hours, looks like a little bit of drier intrusion getting into this core. It's still trying to organize. So the winds have increased overnight, but not as much as I thought we might see. But it's still trying to organize, and it's still expected to become a major hurricane, although briefly, as it continues to make its trek northward. Here's a different perspective now that we're getting the sunlight out here. So we don't have an eye just yet. You can't really see that big donut hole, but I do suspect by the time we get into maybe late this afternoon, we're going to see that, as we're expecting the storm to become a major hurricane in about 36 hours or so. So we got steady strengthening here going in through tomorrow, and it's going to get awfully close to the island of Bermuda. There's Bermuda right there. It'll be interesting to see how close this gets to it. Right now, the path is taking it very, very close to the island of Bermuda, and Bermuda has not had, I don't think, a direct hit. When I talk about direct hit, I'm talking about an eye going right over the Bermuda in quite a long while. I'll have to go back and look historically. But again, we do have hurricane warnings up here, as is expected of the pass of the island here on Saturday, as it makes this trek up here toward the north. So you see the tropical storm force winds and just a small little area of hurricane force winds extending about 30 miles from the center of circulation. So this is continuing to move up in this general direction pretty steadily, and then once it gets into Sunday, it'll start to take off as it reacts to another trough that'll be coming off the eastern seaboard that's going to pick this system up and kick it on out to sea. Here is the latest tropical model tracks here. Again, everybody very tightly clustered here right through here, so no big changes here over the next 72 hours, and then it really starts to take off. Here, you got a couple outliers here, which are, just ignore those. Those aren't even registered right here. So again, getting very close to the island of Bermuda with Ernesto here as we go into Saturday. Not too much longer before this thing is going to be going by the island. So showing steady strengthening here. Again, we're still expecting it to make it to Category 3 status. It means we're up to about 115 miles per hour. Yesterday, it did appear maybe we were going to get up to 125 miles per hour, but it looks like we'll get to Cat 3 and then kind of hold our own a little bit, and then we'll start to weaken as the system becomes extra tropical, obviously getting away from the warmer waters, and starts to get picked up by the jet stream and kind of take off across the northern portion of the Atlantic. All right, here's one of those hurricane models here. Just kind of highlighting the HAFS here. As again, you see it making that turn here. So you see the history coming up here, dropping down. Not as strong as it was showing yesterday. Looks like it drops down about 960 or so, and then 962. So yesterday it was showing it getting down to maybe like 948. So the trend the last couple of days has been not as robust with the system as it was the last couple of runs. Now, I've been mentioning this on previous reports, and I'm going to mention again. If you are planning to do anything up the eastern seaboard from Florida up toward New Jersey, because of this hurricane that's out in the Atlantic, you're going to have some sea swells that are going to be up, which means rip currents could be a problem. So if you're heading to the beach this weekend, just make sure you check ahead with the local beach areas. Look at those flag conditions, because you don't get any kind of trouble, especially as we're wrapping up summer, if you're trying to get like a last little ditch effort there to go to the beach for the weekend. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the latest European model here as I go ahead and step out of the way here, and we'll do a little bit of telestrating here and tell you a little bit what you can expect here with this system. Again, as we go ahead and take a look at this, I'll go ahead and back this up. I forgot to back it up. My apologies. So as you see the storm there getting upward near Bermuda as we go throughout the day on Friday. And it's this system back in here that we're watching. You'll see this system back here across the Great Lakes. This is what's going to pick up our hurricane right here and really kind of accelerate it off in this direction. Here is our high pressure system, our semi-permanent high pressure system here over near the Azores. And as that low begins to wrap around, we'll see this high begin to drift back really to where it's usually supposed to be this time of year as we go into the future. So let me go and clear this out for you real quickly here, and we'll go ahead and take this forward. Again, watch that timestamp in the upper right-hand corner as it continues to make that journey northward, and then that trough picks it up. You see that trough coming off the eastern seaboard there And once it does, going into Monday, it's going to really accelerate it off to the north. So it's going to really make that turn quite rapidly. As another trough is the North Atlantic isolation, which has been in kind of a negative phase, is going to continue. And when I say negative phase, that means we're seeing a trough across the east. And it does act as a bit of a kind of a protection, we'll say, from tropical systems as they kind of pick these storms up and turn them away from the east coast. As we go out here to fruition, again, we're watching that intertropical conversion zone. It looks like a little piece of energy here kind of comes off of Africa and kind of does a little turn, comes up that way. And then you're looking at the activity down in this zone. We're not seeing a whole lot of activity there just yet, showing up here on the European model going out 10 days. So looks like we're going to stay fairly quiet once Ernesto goes by. But once we get past the 24th and going into the 25th and we go into the last week of August, that's where I think things are really going to start to pick up, and we'll see things begin to change a little bit in that area. Now, one of the reasons why we're going to see that is that the environment that these waves have been moving in predominantly over the Atlantic, we've had a kind of prolonged period of Saharan dust. Saharan dust is bad for tropical waves. It's hot, it's dry, it's dusty, and it really inhibits the development of these systems. So as you take a look here at the latest overnight model run here of the Saharan dust layer, the dust extinction aerosol optical thickness, that's what they call it on the model. You can see the trend here has been downward. You see how thick it is initially on the run there, but as we go through time, as it goes up here toward the end of this run, you see it really does thin out quite a bit, especially as you go into the weekend of the 24th and 25th. So conditions out in the Atlantic are going to get better. And I think once it does, we're going to see things kind of a bit like someone flipping a switch. Things are going to get real busy out there very quickly. Now, the global tropics hazard outlook updated a couple of days ago. This has not changed. This kind of gets updated every week. So you kind of see here from the 21st to the 27th, we're seeing a 40% chance of seeing something possibly forming out there. That jumps to 60% as we go from August 28th through the 3rd, which is really the period I'm kind of locking in on, because right now the European is not really showing anything developing, at least out till the 25th right now. Things look pretty quiet. So things are going to get pretty hot and heavy and steamy out there real quick as we're moving toward the peak of the hurricane season. And if you don't know already, the peak of the hurricane season is September the 10th, and we get 2/3 of our hurricane activity take place between August 20th and October 10th. So things are going to get real busy, real fast, and we're going to keep a watchful eye on this all hurricane season long. So if you'd like to continue to get these kind of updates in your YouTube feed, I know there's a lot of choices for you out there in the YouTube universe. I kind of give it to you straight, and I've been doing this for a while, and I like to share my knowledge and experience with you so you can stay informed and be prepared, because I'm telling you, folks along the Gulf Coast, as well as the coastal areas along the East Coast, need to get ready because it's going to get busy real fast. All right, and all you got to do that, by the way, before I get ahead of myself, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, you know what you got to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future content. And as always, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Believe me, it does help. All right, that's your update for now. You guys take it easy. We'll see you once again late this afternoon with a 5 o'clock update on Ernesto. Till then, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.